Hi, I'm Steve King,
And I'm Johnny Putman.
and we are backstage at Space for Joel Patterson's CD release party for his brand new CD, a Christmas CD, which is called...
Hi-Fi Christmas Guitar.
And you've kind of gone crazy on this CD. You, along with recording some Christmas songs, you've done kind of a tribute to Les Paul and Chet Atkins and some of your other guitar
Yeah, a lot of
heroes.
guitar players, but those are the main culprits. Always Les Paul. Everything's a tribute to Les Paul that I do. But I made a Christmas CD. I wanted to do all Christmas songs, but I wanted to have an excuse to go nuts and play Les Paul style guitar with overdubbing about 20 guitar parts on every track. And
So it's Joel on lead and then 19 Joel
yeah,
elves.
little elves. Yes,
Little
that's right.
elves.
Little helpers.
Now, I think we first started talking to you about this CD, what, in the end of 2015, I think?
Yeah, I was on your show around Christmas time, and I played some Christmas songs, and you said you ought to record a Christmas album, and I was like, I should.
And a
But
year
you
passed.
always think of that at Christmas, and then you don't have time to put it out. So every year this happens to me. So this year I said I got to do it because I did a bunch of Christmas videos last year, and they're pretty popular on Instagram and Facebook. And so I started doing it in June, and I locked myself in my room, and I got a bunch of Bing Crosby records and a bunch of Chet Atkins records, and looked for some Christmas songs that I like to do, and I just made my own arrangements of some famous old Christmas tunes. You recognize most of them.
Wonderful arrangements too,
Yeah,
Joel.
thank you.
About how many guitars do you use on this?
That's a good question. I had about 5 guitars that I did for the lead parts. This 295 gold 295 you see on the cover. That's kind of my main guitar.
Yeah.
Some Gibson arch tops like that. A variety of, and then actual Les Paul model I did use a lot too. And most of the background parts, all the little crazy harmony parts, are recorded on a Les Paul guitar.
How do you think of the harmony parts? Do you try to imagine what Les Paul would do, or do you
Little
think
bit.
of a big band arrangement and try
Yeah, a
and
little bit of
do
both.
that?
I'm not really copying Les Paul because actually it's almost impossible to actually figure out a Les Paul record. There's too much going on. It's so dense. So you just kind of like make up your own version of that style. That's what I did because I can't really transcribe what he's
Right.
doing. Half the parts are sped up, and so it's a lot of trial and error. You just kind of hear something in your head, you try. You know the problem with recording like that is you can spend a whole week working out some harmony thing, and you're just like, it's not good, and just scrap it and do it again. So it's a lot of trial and error.
Were there any songs where you were having so much fun and you kept adding parts and parts and parts and you said, I've got
Too
to
much.
stop?
Well, the first tune is like that. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus is kind of a guitar Les Paul tour de force. It's got everything in there. But that one was getting a little out of hand. But I hope you can still listen to it.
Oh, it's wonderful. It really is.
A lot of them are it's not all just guitar show off Les Paul stuff. I tried to really get into the spirit of some of these tunes. I love Christmas ballads.
Mm-hmm.
Like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Silver Bells, Christmas Time is Here. Those I really got into trying to. It's a good excuse to get into making some pretty tones and really get into the guitar sounds.
And along with doing the album, this kind of forced you into doing your own website too, didn't it?
Well, I thought I've had websites over the years, but the problem with websites is as soon as you make them, they're immediately out of date.
You had a MySpace until last year.
Well, come on, you're exaggerating for effect, but MySpace was great. Don't know.
It was.
MySpace.
It was.
No,
Yeah.
I did have a website for years, but I couldn't keep it updated.
Uh-huh.
And every time you do that, they just become out of date and they change the rules. And the last couple of years, I just gave up and I didn't have one. And I just did everything on Facebook and Instagram, which actually was great.
It's great. Yeah.
But the main problem, everybody complains, is you don't have a schedule because Facebook is terrible for.
Right.
You can't put a schedule on Facebook.
Mhm.
You
Right.
could on MySpace. That was
That's
the
true.
beauty of MySpace. So when this record came out, I kind of tried to force myself to do all the official things that people do that are really not fun to do, that have nothing to do with playing music.
So people can get your new CD through your website.
If they find Joel Patterson, it's got one T, that's the Scottish spelling of Patterson,
Mm-hmm.
joelpatterson.com, if you can remember that, and you can figure out pretty easily how to find my CD, and it's sold mainly through the website bloodshotrecords.com. Bloodshot's a local Chicago record label, and they're helping me distribute the record.
Well, good for them. And
Yes.
come out and see Joel at places like the Green Mill in December. You're there Friday and Saturday as well as your usual Sunday night late night
I
gig.
play there every Sunday, but this week I'm there December 1st and 2nd for another Christmas release party.
And you're at Simon's in Andersonville on a regular basis.
Yeah, the first and third Wednesday I'm at
Right.
Simon's. That's a great old bar in Andersonville.
Yeah.
That's my honky tonk band, the Western Elstons.
And
At the Hideout every Thursday with Devil and Woodpile. That's my 1920s acoustic blues band.
Mm-hmm.
And the
And-
Green
and-
Mill every Sunday with Chris Foreman, the organ player.
And anytime anybody gets a chance to see you at Space, they should jump on it. The acoustics
Oh,
at
it
Space.
was a
This
nice
is
night,
just
wasn't
a
it?
wonderful
Yeah.
It
place.
was almost too good. I was nervous. I could hear everything I was doing. I could hear myself breathing up there.
It was really, really good, Joel.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, congratulations on
Yeah.
the CD.
Yeah,
thank you
thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you for all
And
the promotion you guys do and
it's
encouraging me to make this record.
It's going to be a great Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to try something really ridiculous right now. Is that okay? When I tried to put a set list together for this, I was like, we can't play any of these songs. I don't know what we're going to do because the CD is a multi-tracked Les Paul influenced guitar extravaganza. I don't know if you know what that means, but Les Paul used to make records in the 50s where he'd put a zillion guitar parts on there. And I love these records, and I love trying to make them because they're a real mental jigsaw puzzle to make it all fit together. And so I made my Christmas record like that. So every song has got about 20 or 30 guitar parts on it. And I really had no idea how we were going to do any of these. So we're kind of approximating some of these songs tonight. I hope that's okay with you. But I would like to show you what I mean by that, and I'm going to do some actual guitar karaoke here, if that's okay. I'm going to play along with my record, so you hear what it sounds like, but we took the lead guitar part out of it. And I'm going to show you kind of how I recorded this stuff. This is a version of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus that I arranged as a tribute to Les Paul and all that he's done for guitar players to make us all confused and hate him. So I actually met Les Paul once. I played with him in New York about 15 years ago. I saw him play in New York, and he got me up to play at his gig that he did every Monday, and we jammed. And he sized me up in like 2 seconds. And he knew how good I was, and he called songs that made me look good, because he could have lost me in a second, made me look, sent me back to Wisconsin crying. But so anyway, it was a real honor. I don't know what I'm rambling about. I'm really just avoiding playing this song because it's a little too hard to play. It's a lot easier when I was recording. I could just press stop and do it again. But this is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus with the help of our fine sound man pressing play just about now. Christmas songs for you, mixed in with the blues songs, but I didn't want to do all the Christmas tunes. I'm going to show off a little bit of what the Modern Sounds do. Bill Sample's going to sing for you right now. We're going to do the Bacon Fat.
All my friends, they was glad to see me. I seen some cotton pickers by the railroad tracks. I seen them cotton pickers with their sacks on their backs. They said, hey man, we're glad to see you back. And we got a new dance they call the bacon fat. You go. Local DJ. His name's Clyde and he lives down Tennessee way. I said, hey Clyde, what's this new kind of jump? Where you jump up in the air and you come down with a bump? He said, dig it, it's a natural fact. It's sweeping the world, this thing, the bacon fat. You go. To Tennessee.